socialise with consumers in online environments encourage loyalty and stimulate word of mouth. This research was conducted a couple of months ago. The report stated the bleeding obvious that 60% of Facebook fans and 75% of Twitter followers are most likely to recommend those brands since becoming a fan or follower. Now think about this. Here's the graph. Hi, we're interviewing you because you said you're a fan of that brand. Are you more likely to buy that brand now? What the hell are you going to say? No, I'm just an idiot who clicks on brands. I mean, it's completely flawed research. Of course you're more likely to buy. You're already buying it, of which half of them admitted to. But this is interesting. 75% of females are fans of fewer than 5 brands online. That's the space you're buying. 68% of men are fewer than 5 brands, because we have a life. Why did you become a fan? I'm a customer of the company, half of them. To show others that I like it. To receive discounts. It's fun to be the first to know, to gain access. And you'll see a trend here, it's quite interesting. What is the primary reason you're a Facebook fan? 30% to receive discounts. So I'm a customer, to show others. It's fun and entertaining to be the first to know. Why do you become a Twitter follower, people? I'm a customer, to receive discounts. It's fun, to gain access, to be the first to know. What is the primary reason for following a brand on Twitter? To receive discounts, to be the first to know, to gain access. And today I got this, thank you a lot of technology, I actually screen printed this morning, put it in here, this is hot off the press on the email overnight. It's the same stuff, to gain updates, to stay informed, to receive discounts, to get updates, to get freebies, to fun. Now what is the trend here? No one, although they did say something to learn about it. No one says, because the brand's wonderful, because I love the brand. Everyone's going, it's about me. I get freebies, I get the I. There is nothing in there that says, because I love brands, or love your brand. It's all to do with, I might get something for me. Now yeah, implicitly they must like it because they're a fan of it. But if you look at how they're answering research, it's about them and their behaviour. So you need to understand that. So while it's not the silver bullet that some pundits claim it to be, which came out of this research, it's extremely important, relatively low cost point that has a direct impact on sales and positive word of mouth. Companies not actively engaging are missing a huge opportunity. I'd like to ask a question relatively low to what? And I'll show what I mean. Where's the evidence of being a fan has a direct impact on sales? There's no evidence, it's just opinions from research. Right? And if they're already buying, are they buying more than they were historically? The question was wrong, because what people say and what people do are often different. They should have said, what brands have you given up since becoming a fan of brand X? That's valuable research. So it's true. So learn who your fans are, look at your database of your best customers. Behaviour before appearing. I love this, half the time. I'm sorry, I assume everyone in the room has a perfectly functional database that tracks customers' relationships and sales, and everything's working for your business from your database. It is, isn't it? And marketing and IT love each other. You go to lunch. Well, what the hell are we doing over here in social media if we haven't got our basics right? Join the lemmings. RFM is a good place to start. Do you know what RFM means? Those are the schools of direct marketing. I asked a class once, a direct marketing school, I said, what does RFM mean? First night, right? Young Asian lady hesitantly put her hand up. I said, no, tell the class what RFM means. She said, you sure? Stand up, enthusiastically share it. Read the effing manual. Sit down. She lost face, never answered a question for the rest of the semester. It means recency, frequency, monitoring. People who bought most recently are most likely to buy again. People who buy frequently are most likely to buy again, and the average monetary value tells you what they're buying. This is not hard. Right? So if you have online brand fans, invest in learning who are the real advocates and then build strong relationships with them. Then encourage and reward them. And if you saw Patrick Collis's presentation about the 12 mail packs that went out to the top video bloggers in the UK, worked extremely well, starting with mail and creating a viral by getting to those super nerds who have opinions. Well, my dinner service is a small business client of ours. She just launched her Facebook fan site, and she says follow us on Facebook. And the deal is, if you sign up as a fan, you go into the weekly draw for a $125 voucher for their home-delivered frozen and chilled meals. The real way to use this, though, is the same as you use a call centre. If you're ever writing copy, you put the copywriter in the call centre to listen to customer language. Right? Now, what she's saying here is, we had a staycation on the weekend. A staycation. You know what a staycation is? They stayed at home for the weekend and enjoyed the city. And I didn't want to cook. It's 1 bottle of wine per ring, isn't it, for the speaker? So we announced that at the start, didn't we? Wasn't it? What I'm talking about. So they had a staycation and they had all my dinner service at home, setting up watching DVDs. This is full of testimonials from fans that you can then use in your advertising, in your marketing, because it's customer language. Right? And customer language is always better than copyright language. I wrote a mailing for a home PC magazine way before, that track you saw this morning. It was way down the bottom before they were penetrated into all the homes. But a lady wrote to me and said, "Thank goodness for your magazine. Now I don't feel like an alien in a computer store with my kids." That was the next headline. Feel like an alien in a computer store with your kids? Boom, subscriptions came in. Right? So use this stuff for customer language, to learn customer language. Right? And then do your numbers when planning your fan strategy. It is not a low-cost alternative, although I know you've seen some really good case studies from Via and this week. Kelly and Jason presented earlier this week some really local case studies. It's really not a low-cost alternative, and the head hours are enormous. Now, if you value your time as nothing, fine. I value my time. It's bloody expensive. Now, I did show that. Who was here last year? I talked about social media. You've seen this, but act enthusiast. Peak cameras on where people go on social media sites. Right? When you log in, the latest. That's all you look at. You don't scroll to see what someone said 4 hours ago. That's so yesterday. 4 hours ago. Goodness me. What's the latest? Right? Here it is. That's the penetration. Here we are on Twitter. Right? The latest. This is YouTube. Interesting. This was the week that Michael Jackson died. There's a Michael Jackson video. No one's looking at it. Because they're looking at the latest. And it was Michael Jackson. It's human nature. So let's look at a few case studies. I live in Sydney, and I now, having worked in Manly for 6 years, have to work in the CBD, and I told my staff I'm not walking further than Bridge Street, which is about 300 metres up the hill. So we found a spot, 200 metres up the hill. This is the Manly Ferry, half an hour to get to and from, run by the public service. This is the local with his friends, he's in my electorate, and you notice I didn't put him in budgie smugglers during the campaign. This was the last Jetcat government-run fast cat that takes 15 minutes to get across the highway. This is the House of Fools called New South Wales Government. They decided that they, to save money, as you know, New South Wales Government is so on the nose that it's just shocking. You smell it as you land in Sydney, you come to the plant, what's that smell? It's New South Wales Government. But we would get rid of the Jetcat, so the punters can only catch a ferry half an hour. Now you've got to understand the psychology of Jetcat versus ferry, right? Ferry, a Jetcat, sorry, like iPads, financial review, connected by batteries, keeping them alive, Ferry, novel, breakfast. It's very different. And all we had was the ferry, this cooler. The Jetcat people were like this, so anyway. These guys came to the rescue, and they are a whale-watching mob who said, okay, we will set up a fast ferry and run it. And for 12 months they did. Sensational service, these guys. And after the 12 months, everyone's like, great, they're going to extend the contract, they've proven it works, so what do the House of Fools do? Ooh, let's put it out to tender. Now these guys could run such a good service because they're already running whale watching and touring. So they already had the sunken costs. So of course their offer was to do it at a much cheaper cost than someone else, and the government wants money, so they took the other one. So now we have two ferries for Jetcat service. One couldn't do it under the government. We've now got two private operators. The guys who ran the Manly Fast Ferry, which is that one there, as you can see, it's very different to the Sydney Fast Ferry. The guys who ran the Manly Fast Ferry thought, well, we've got to protect this because we're going to keep off the wharf. We're going to set up our own service. Now, the ferry wharfs have nice cover. You walk down out of the rain, on the ferry or the Jetcat. They've now moved to the Manly Wharf pub, the bar that sticks out there, and you have to go downstairs, and they've got to put a gangway, and you go across, and you've got to hold your umbrella up in the rain, because there's no cover. And it's the same with this Circular Quay where you get off, and then a little jet boat wharf, because they're not allowed. The unions won't let them park their ferry, their Jetcats in the main channels. So what they did was they started a newsletter. And the newsletter was hand-delivered, and they also introduced breakfast. So you get a bowl of fruit, you can have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and newspapers. You have TV screens, so you can watch. In fact, on the way home, there's a whole bunch of people that used to have iPads who now watch Deal or No Deal. I've never seen them in my life. Don't take the deal! I've never seen this life, but on a Friday, I'm pull in just as she's got to make the decision. And so you're queuing and you're leaning back. And after 4 o'clock, it's licensed. Right? Now, Mondays, 10% of people. Tuesdays, 10%. Wednesday, picks up a bit. Thursdays, trending. Fridays, half the passes pissed. Let's go. Yeah, I'll buy 2 because it's a long trip. This is off my BlackBerry, so it's a bit interesting. I got in early, you see, but I didn't know what was going on. So what are you guys doing? They got local restaurants to provide canapes and promote themselves with offers to the customers. So we're sitting there, 10-year-olds Tasmanian oysters, and Vietnamese rolls, wine tasting. I went home 4 times that time. back, it's fantastic. Last week we had a salute for our super swells in Sydney. Right? And the ferries had to cancel them because they couldn't handle it. So what do? They emailed everybody and SMS them. If on the SMS, we put on extra runs today, so don't worry, you can get home. Everyone was partying on the jet car. As we went home, right? So they introduced reward systems. And what they do is they have a variable fare now based on the time of day. And their attitude is, well, you've got to get there and get back, so you need 10 trips a week. So they track your usage. And based on your usage, you then get discounts for the following month. So if the 95% of your trips are with them, you get a discount for the next month. So they're doing that. They have email address, they have polls on the website. They just to read. They have a competition to name their new jet cap. They have a newsletter at the bar and sits on the seats. And the personal announcements, they're sensational. And it's like, what's he called us? I forget the certain words he calls it, but you know, g'day land lovers. Here we go another night. How was work today? And they chat. And they talk to you. And they said, the other week it was a whale. It's a whale. So they don't just go past, they pull over and we look. There's a whale. They have fun. And they don't have a Twitter and they don't have a Facebook. They just do good customer service and they've got a database of their customers. And they maintain 95% retention of their customers. And we stand in the friggin' rain going, you losers, you're on the Sydney Fast Story, right? Undercover. The Manly guys don't want to go on the Sydney Fast Ferry. And what's actually happened is the Sydney Fast Ferry hasn't been able to afford to buy the new ferry to planned because it hasn't got the traffic. We sat there one night and I counted 10 people got off the Sydney Fast Ferry, 85 got off the Manly. But now, because there's 2 competitive services, the ferry's suffering. Right? So less people travelling the ferry, they're travelling on the fast ferry. Right? So it's just good customer service. Some of you saw last year, this is my new world's tallest best friend. We launched the Pink Visa card, which donates money to breast cancer nurses. For Community First, our client. It's advertised there. Lisa's the online greeter. You key in questions and she answers them. She does a video at Glenn. Last year they announced it. And they had 50,000 fans within 6 weeks, 12 months ago, because I was here 12 months ago. They announced the launch on Facebook. They just announced, celebrate. We just made 200,000 fans 4.5 months before target. And they use, it's not showing up very well there, so if I can read it. This is where I remember I should have brought my glasses. But, time to celebrate. No, that's not the issue, it's just, it doesn't happen. But they do a lot of communication in Facebook about events that are going on because they are a celebrity charity built around events. So they announce all their events in Facebook, photograph them, post the photos, tag the photos, and Facebook is a great way that they drive support from their fans. And now they have over 200,000. They Twitter, they announced that the Pink Visa card was launched, they announced it. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is not too far away, so they announced it this year. If I go back, 12 months ago, 1,400 followers. Last week, 8,200 followers. So they use Twitter, the same way as they use Facebook, as a way of communicating. And they use YouTube, and they post interviews and celebrity and shots and everything on YouTube. They also have an email newsletter you can subscribe to, which I have. 25 people think it's cool that I've come to a confirmation page that I've subscribed to a newsletter. I don't understand that.